things I love to do on my channel is to give shout outs to those of you who help support the channel by purchasing merch, like hoodies and my songs on shopbountyhunterd.com. But for those of you who are thinking of getting some merch, I appreciate that. We got the best merch, the best quality in the game. So get some merch, get a shout out. Take care. What's going on, Eric?
All is good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming in. Before we do anything else, is it okay that I film you and put a microphone on you? Is that okay?
Is it necessary?
It is.
Well, I guess I have no choice.
Okay, I appreciate it. You got nothing to hide, do you?
No.
Okay. Just go ahead and clip that on your shirt right there. We'll just get to it. Eric, as you already know, we're doing an investigation at your job. You already know that. Your boss told you to come in and talk to me. I'm D. I'm a private investigator. So I appreciate you coming in. We shouldn't be more than 5-10 minutes. I'm just going to ask you some, maybe up to 15 probably. Let me just ask you some questions and then
sure.
You're free to do whatever you want and go about your day. First, before I start, for the record, your name is Eric, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the name of the restaurant, you don't have to say that on camera, but I do want to know how long you have worked at the restaurant.
2 years.
Okay. And are you happy there? Is it a great place to work? Tell me a little bit about your job duties, what you like about the place, what you dislike.
Basically, I'm a waiter. I started as a busboy and then I made my way up to the waiter. I love my job. It pays my bills, so no complaints. Very friendly coworkers.
Okay. And have you ever been written up before?
No.
No. You've been disciplined before, though. Maybe not written up. Maybe
what do you mean?
Verbal. Let me make sure. So you were just verbally, they told you because you were late. So a verbal really isn't a write-up, it's just kind of a warning. So you had a verbal.
Yeah, I got that really little misconduct, but I thought it wasn't a big deal, you know?
I'm just asking, so just be truthful.
Okay.
So they didn't write you up, but they gave you a verbal.
Yeah.
So that's discipline, sort of a disciplinary type of thing. I mean, they had to talk to you.
Is this why I'm here?
No, you're here because we're asking questions about what's going on at the job. That's why I'm asking you, hey, what's going on with your job and if you like it and those types of things. So you have been written up before for being late. What are your job duties there? What do you do? What are you in charge of? What do you have access to?
Just regular waiter duties. I serve the tables. I take the bills and I put it in the system to pay it off. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm. And when you receive the credit card from the customers, I know that because my team went there to the job. I don't know if you saw us, but we were there and we were just kind of looking at the operation. The credit card, there's a couple credit card stations. There's one behind the bar. There's one close to the maitre d', like the person that greets you. And then there's one on the side of the one on the side is kind of incognito, I guess, is when you guys people can call in and pick up and go and pick up and go.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay, so is there a specific place that you always take the credit cards? Is it in the front? Is it in the back behind the bar, or is it sort of the carry out?
No, just whatever is the closest.
Okay, so you don't have an assigned station that you can take the credit cards to. Okay, so there's not like if I looked at the record in terms of where, because you have to put your employee number in to swipe the card. There's not a place that Eric says, hey, I like to go to swipe right here. Do you have your favorite machine that you like to use?
No, absolutely. I don't care. Whichever, like I said, whichever is the closest. Okay. Whichever is the most convenient.
All right. So we ran your employee number. Actually, I didn't. Your boss did, because I wanted everybody's employee numbers because I wanted to see what station that everybody likes to go to. And it's the one that's the carry out. Because that one is kind of, from what we saw, it's like kind of hidden away, right?
Well, that's the area table that I serve the most.
Okay, well, then that would make sense, because in the last 2 months, you've done 71 transactions at that one, and the others are like minimal. So that's basically where your area is.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I ask you, do you have a favorite one? It's not a favorite. It's just you're at that one the most. I'll
Yeah,
just say
that's
it.
absolutely correct.
Okay, so you're at that one the most, the one that's sort of hidden away, 71 times.
Yes.
How long does it take you to do a credit card transaction? Walk me through it. I give you my credit card, and that's starting at 1 second. So how long does it take you to do the entire transaction?
Usually it's literally just a couple of seconds. Basically, I swipe a credit card and it says approved, and I get the receipt and I take it back to the customer. Sometimes the cards get declined, so then it takes a little bit longer. I have to try another time.
Mm-hmm. So you said on average, it takes you a couple seconds to swipe and get the receipt back to the customer?
I would say something between 10 to 20 seconds.
Okay, so 10 to 20 seconds. So if it's taking you longer to do that, let's say it's taking you over 2 minutes, roughly.
Well, it means that there is a problem.
It's a problem with the card.
Correct.
If it takes you longer to get, if that credit card transaction takes you longer, you're saying that it's something wrong with the card, which
Correct.
makes sense, I guess.
Sometimes it says right away the card is declined. Sometimes it says transaction failed. Please try again.
Okay.
Or please try a different card.
Okay. So we checked all of that too. So on the cards that were declined, the percentage of those, or the number of the cards that were declined out of the 71, it was 9 cards that were declined. I'm talking within the time frame that we checked. And that transaction did take, actually it was longer than that. It took about 3.5 minutes because it looks like you tried to swipe a couple times. On the rest of the cards, the 70 cards, there were 20 cards that took a little over 2 minutes, but that they weren't declined. And those 20 cards, let me circle that number here. Those 20 cards are the cards in question. Like, why would it take you longer on those cards than the regular cards? Because the other transactions were exactly what you have stated. It was quick. They were fast.
Well, it also depends what kind of bank is that, because I know there are certain banks that when I swipe the card, it goes really easily, but certain banks, and also it depends on the card type. For example, Visa is always easy. MasterCard, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, or I have to try multiple times. It's not my fault. It's just the way it is.
Okay. So you're saying that if it's not a MasterCard or a Visa, it could take a little bit longer.
Correct.
Great. Which brings me to this. I appreciate you because you're actually flowing the way I would love for this to flow. On average, there are...
I don't understand. Where are you getting with this?
Just follow me.
Are you accusing me of something?
I'm just asking questions.
Okay.
Do you feel like I'm accusing you by asking questions?
Yeah, it feels like an accusation. I'm just doing my job.
I think you are doing your job, and your bosses love you, to be honest. Out of the 20 cards, there are only, 3 American Express, 3 Discover, and then some other cards that says other here.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that those cards are in the same bracket in terms of like the timeline. They're filtered in with the 20 cards that I talked to you about that are taking an extremely long time to process. And their cards are not declined or anything. Out of those 71 that you did, only 9 were declined. The 20 cards that are in question, 3 were American Express, 3 were Discover, and some were other. I'm not going to go through all of them. But my point is that the cards that you're saying take longer. They take the same amount of time as the Visas and the MasterCards. So my question to you is, why are you saying that? And I'm looking at the data here from your employee number. It's saying on the contrary to that. So can you help me understand this?
All I'm saying is the cards, it's only part of this. There's also the system itself, the system we use to process these payments. Sometimes it gets really slow, and sometimes it just says processing, and it takes up to a minute. It's not up to me. It's up to the system and the bank.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
I would agree with you on the out of the 71, the 20 that's 50. I would agree with you on the like a couple of transactions will take a little bit longer. I agree with that. It would be a system error or systems are low. Internet could be slow. I totally get that. But I'm just specifically talking about these 20 because these 20 are all the same when I look at them. They're all the same. The time frame is the same. In terms of how long it takes. So you're saying out of your defense is, I shouldn't say defense. Your
I have nothing
rebuttal
to defend.
is, fine, is that these cards are taking, some of them are taking long out of these 20 that are in question to me because of internet or the system and all this other stuff.
Internet is also part of it sometimes.
That's why I mentioned internet. I mentioned internet. You didn't. That's what I'm saying. I understand that. And we agree on that. It could be the internet.
Well, you're putting pressure on me, so it's hard for me to think about all the things all at once.
Eric, this isn't pressure. I'm just talking to you. We're having a conversation. I'm trying to get you out of here. If you just think I'm just accusing you, if we can't make it past this, you're probably gonna lose your job. And I'm trying to help you keep your job. I'm talking to you. Let's just try to speed it up.
All I'm saying,
Just tell me the truth.
I'm pretty sure that all other waiters have the same exact problem.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we are investigating every waiter there, every busboy there, everybody that comes in there, even the third party vendors that come in there. We're talking to everybody. Let me switch gears here. Do you know Ronnie? Someone named Ronnie.
One of my friends.
He's one of your friends. And obviously Ronnie's in the food business like you. I would imagine y'all being friends is fine. And how long have you known Ronnie?
It's hard to say off the top of my head. I would say a year.
About a year?
About a year.
How did you meet him?
We have some common friends.
I'm sure you do. Okay. Common friends that are in the food business.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. All right. So you've known him about a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to tell you that Ronnie was arrested.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was arrested for credit card fraud. Just to let you know.
Well, that's terrible.
It's terrible, yeah. It's horrible. Especially him being your friend, man. I mean, that's got to, make you feel some kind of way about that, right? It's your friend, right?
Is this why I'm here? Because you're investigating him?
I'm looking at everybody. I already investigated him and found out, well, actually, my wife did. She's part of the team. So we investigated him and found out he was committing fraud at his restaurant. So now we're looking at other restaurants that can be involved. So your manager reached out, I'll tell you, your manager and the owner reached out to us to investigate their restaurant as well.
Okay.
So this is all we're doing. So what if I told you that Ronnie mentioned you when he got arrested?
What did you say?
What if I said that what if I told you Ronnie was saying that you're a part of what he was doing?
Well, that I would say that it's complete bullshit.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you know anyone named Lana?
Yeah, we're just friends.
Okay. So are you aware, if you're friends, like how close are you friends with her? Like a couple years, months, days? How long have you known her?
I would say maybe half a year.
Half a year. So if you know Lana, then you would know, when last time you talked to her? How about that?
Maybe 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And where did you talk to her from?
Cell phone.
From a cell phone. Okay. So as you can see, Lana was arrested a while back. And Alana was arrested for credit card fraud. And from our investigation, we're seeing that Lana she's like a credit card fraud genius. In my opinion, I think she's one of those criminals she's got a lot of help.
I absolutely had no idea about that.
You said you talked to her 2 weeks ago?
Well, so far what she told me is...
What did she tell you?
She said she was between jobs.
Oh, okay. So you didn't know
She was looking for a job.
Okay. Well, she's in a job now. She's probably cleaning floors at the jail.
Okay, like I'm saying, I have absolutely nothing to do with it.
Okay. And Ronnie is a part of Lana's operation. That's who we uncovered too. And Ronnie's in jail too.
Again, I didn't know about Ronnie as well.
Ronnie's in jail singing like a bird. Yeah. He made a deal with the DA, bro. And he's giving people up.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
So when I asked you about these credit cards, you told me about the 20 that were in question, that it was a computer error or the internet. I brought up the internet. You agreed. I'm just going to straight up ask you this, Eric. Are you involved with Lana's credit card scheme?
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. I'm serious when I ask you, dog.
I said I had nothing to do with it, and I had no idea.
And I'm going to ask you this too. Do you take credit card information, take pictures of it or whatever you do out of the 20 in question, get those credit card numbers and send them to Lonnie's people? Are you doing that, Eric?
What? I would never do that.
Eric, why the are you in here lying to me, dog? Why the are you in here lying to me,
I'm
man?
not
You
lying
are a liar. I got proof. We have proof.
I'm telling you again, I have absolutely nothing to hide. You can accuse me as long as you want. I have nothing to hide.
Honey, bring me my cell phone, sweetheart. I don't think I have it in here. I got something to show you, bruh.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah, because you in here lying to me, man.
I'm not lying to you. I had no idea about what Lana was doing. I had no idea about what Ronnie was doing.
Thank you, sweetie. I want to show you something, bruh. I need you to help me with this. What did you talk to Lana about when you talked to her? Or did y'all text message or did you talk to her?
I sent her a text message just, hey, how are you doing? Wanna hang out or something? She said she was busy.
Did she ask you how the business was going or mention anything about the business that you're involved in with her?
What kind of business? I told you there was no business.
So if I showed you something on the contrary to that conversation that you thought you were having with Lana, wasn't really with Lana, and it was one of our investigators, would you be surprised or shocked about that?
You know what?
Let me show you this. No, let me show you the conversation. Don't pick it up. Don't touch it. That conversation right there is with one of my PIs, man. We talked to you about that. Yeah, keep scrolling. Do you see the conversation that you thought you were having with Lana?
So what? This is out of context.
How is it out of context when you told her everything was good? You told her, I mean, you didn't outright say that you were stealing credit cards in this conversation. I'll admit to that. But you told her, the criminal, business is good, I have more to provide. When you told her business was good and you had more to provide, what did you mean? What do you mean by that? I have more to provide. What does that mean?
I was trying to help her with her business.
Help her what? What bit? Lana doesn't have, she's a criminal. What business does Lana have?
I didn't know that. I thought she said she was about to open a business. She was about to open her own restaurant. And I was trying to find her some recommendations, some customers.
Really?
That's all.
Really? Okay, so keep it going. I'm counting on you. What does that mean? Keep what going?
Keep looking for a job.
All right, so I do want to tell you something, bruh. Your gig is up. I mean, I don't know what else to say to you.
I'm telling you again, like I told you before, I have nothing to hide.
Okay, today you're being arrested for fraud. So I'll take this microphone, I'll take that, and what I want you to do is I want you to stand up and put your hands behind your back and don't try to fight me or anything. Here, come over here. Come here. Don't try to run. Come here. Come here. Stand here.
I want to call my lawyer.
No, you don't have time to call your lawyer. You have time to call your lawyer.
You have no right to do that.
Here, come on, come over here. Come over here. Don't move. Don't move. You have anything on me that's gonna poke me, stick me, stab me?
Search me.
Yeah, I'm gonna search you.
What is it, a crime to have a second?
No, it's not. I'm gonna hold on to this. Come on. You're going to jail.
I want to call my lawyer.
You're gonna be able to call your lawyer.
Hey, dude. Listen.
No, sit down and talk to me. Sit down and talk to me. All the way in. All the way in first. Turn all the way in. Because I don't want you trying to run out. Okay, what do you want to say?
Listen, I knew there was doing something shady, but I didn't know what was it exactly.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
I know because she got this new apartment and she got this new car, and when I asked her like, where did you get money from? She was just trying to avoid the answer, you know. So I knew something was going on, but I had no idea, and I had nothing to do with it.
Okay. The way that I see is bullshit, because you have been caught giving her credit card information. I got more proof than what I showed you. I'm going to give that proof to the DA. Now, whatever you want to say about this, because right now you're still lying. So whatever shit you want to say about Lana, you need to tell the DA. Because we know how big her operation is. It's big. She's got tons of people working for her, and we're going to catch them all. Or I'm going to try to.
Listen, man, maybe we can figure out a deal with the DA.
Okay, you can do that. So you have more to say.
Yes,
so
I do.
admit to me right now. Admit to
I
me.
want to talk directly to
You can, but you can admit to me right now that everything that you told me there was bullshit about you and Lana, and that you are credit cards, bro. Their information. You admit that? Yes or no?
I can admit that.
Okay, well then we got nothing else to talk about. I don't think the DA is going to want to talk to you. Here, let me put your seatbelt on. Sit back. I don't think the DA is going to want to talk to you. Here, look that way. Look the other way. The DA is not going to want to talk to you if you don't want to come clean, bro.
I'm telling you, I had nothing to do with it.
Okay, well then I got nothing to say to you, bro. Nothing.